Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now, if you missed it yesterday, you missed potentially one of the most interesting days in local Kentucky politics that I can ever remember. Speaker of the House Jeff Hoover went to the House floor to deal with the issue of sexual harassment and the charges against him and 3 other legislators based on some behavior last year. It was a pretty amazing set of events, and I thought it would be good tonight to show you parts of his speech so that you can see exactly what happened and the controversy that is to come. It started with Hoover recounting the allegations against him and what he said is true.
I have admitted in front of 10 television cameras and 20 reporters or so, and in front of my family, that I sent inappropriate text messages. I did not do anything illegal. I did not do anything that was unethical. I did not do anything that was unwelcome or unwanted. And I did not engage in sexual harassment. But one of the headlines read, quote, Jeff Hoover had sex with a staffer. That, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, is a lie. It's a lie from hell, courtesy of some people in this building.
Now, Hoover, of course, made these statements with his family in the audience and in front of the entire House. It was clear he was very passionate, and he talked a little bit about what the allegations had done to him.
I laid on my couch day after day after day in the fetal position. I got down on the floor when no one was at home, crying uncontrollably and screaming out to Almighty God to help me through this situation and to help my family and my daughters.
Now, a lot of people, myself included, had said that Hoover needed to address the allegations head on. For a while, he did not. And yesterday's speech, that happened. And it was clear that Hoover was admitting to behavior that he says was something he shouldn't have done, but that he believed a lot of the charges against him were not true. However, that wasn't all he did. From there, he decided to actually go after some of the people who had taken shots at him over the last couple months. And his first was Governor Matt Bevin. Now, this is important. This is the Republican Speaker of the House talking about the Republican governor of his own party, and what he had to say was explosive.
You have a governor who asserts himself into the situation, and he begins saying untrue, false, defamatory statements. He said we were sexually involved. He said that we were texting when this staffer was a teenager. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, and I will tell this governor, those are lies from the deepest pits of hell.
The deepest pits of hell. Now that is a pretty strong statement, and it'll be very interesting to see what the governor has to say about it. However, Hoover wasn't done. He wanted to talk about some folks in the actual legislature and who worked in Frankfort. You have to understand, he will refer to a group of people, 6 or 8 people. Those are the ones who filed an ethics charge against him and asked him to be investigated. Take a listen.
I want to ask each of you a question. Well, everyone except the 6 or 8 who have never, ever made a mistake. 4 days ago, Mr. Speaker, it was discovered through solid, credible evidence that a former staff person in their office, a staffer that I trusted, a staffer that I have consulted with on occasion when he was going through difficult times, it was discovered that he plotted, planned, and schemed this entire situation. He orchestrated it out of maliciousness and hate toward Jeff Hoover. Why? Because he didn't get a position that he wanted when we became the majority.
Now, from there, he went to what his ultimate conclusion was, which is that he would be stepping down as Speaker of the House. Here is his resignation.
I hereby resign as Speaker of the House to become effective if accepted by the members of this body.
Now, with that resignation, Hoover is no longer in charge of the Kentucky House, but he is remaining as a representative. And over the course of the last 24 hours, this fight is still going on in Frankfort, as Hoover says he will take revenge against those who took shots against him. It is the biggest story, in my opinion, in Kentucky politics, and it is going to continue to play out. We will keep you updated here.